Welcome to my channel. In today's video I have a new recipe that I'm going to try, and they are called ham and egg and cheese muffins. So I hope that you all will stick around with me today as we try this on Sandra's Homespun Life. The ingredients that I'll be using for today's recipe are some sandwich bread. You can use any bread that you prefer. I'll be using this liquid egg beaters. And I have a package of the cubed ham that I'll be using. You could certainly substitute that with pre-cooked bacon or pre-cooked sausage if you prefer. And also some cheeses, that's your choice as well. Today I'm using some mild cheddar that I've shredded and some Monterey Jack. And to do this recipe you're going to need a muffin tin and a biscuit cutter. Before I begin this recipe, the first thing I'm going to do is grease my muffin tin. Now I have some of the vegetable oil spray that I could do quick and easy on this pan, but the bad thing of that is it goes outside of your cups as well, and whenever you put your muffin tin in the oven, that's going to bake onto your pan and make your pans look bad. So what I would rather do is just put a little drop of oil into each cup, and it doesn't take much, and then use a paper towel to grease the inside of the cup. For my next step, I've laid out some slices of bread, and using my cookie cutter, I'm going to cut out a circle of the bread. And I'm going to do that for each slice of bread for every cup in my muffin tin. You see how you have the little circle there? And then from there, you're just going to place it right down in your muffin tin. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, there's a lot of waste, but you can use these extra pieces. You can put them in a food processor and blend them up, make your own breadcrumbs. You can make croutons, so you don't necessarily have to throw this part away. So it's not being wasteful if you reuse your bread pieces that are left over. So I'm just going to continue that until I have all my muffin cups filled. And my next step is to take my fingers and mash that bread down flat in the bottom of that cup. You want to deflate all that extra air out of each one of those little discs of bread. Okay, this is how it should look. Okay, next I'm going to pour some of my liquid egg beaters into each cup. Now I don't want to fill these all the way to the top because I still have to allow a little bit of room for the ham pieces and the cheese, and that's going to make the liquid push up closer to the top. So be careful if you do this and not overfill them. And the egg beaters I'm using today is the Southwestern Style that has a little bit of the sweet pepper in it. Now for my next step, I'm just going to take a little bit of the ham chunks and put into each cup. And now my next step is to add a little bit of the cheese to each one. And I'm just going to use a little mixture of both cheeses. Now my next step is to place this in a preheated 350-degree oven. Now, according to what type of muffin tin you have, is going to affect how long it will take for you to bake yours if you give this recipe a try. Most muffin tins don't have a very thick cup, but these are pretty deep. So it's probably going to take me a little longer to bake these all the way through. So I don't have a set time right now to tell you how long it would take to bake these, but I'm just going to put them in the oven. I'm going to watch them and watch for them to look done and set up in the middle. And once I have them completely done, I'll come back later and tell you how long it took to bake these. Alright, let's get these in the oven. I have my breakfast muffins out of the oven, and I just checked them, and it took about a full 25 minutes for me to bake mine. And I use a convection oven, so they bake a little different than a traditional conventional oven. So you could play around with the time a little bit. And the way I tested these when I was done, or when I thought they were done, is I just took a little butter knife and kind of poked down in the middle of this one here, and it was easy to see that the egg was done. So I'm gonna allow these to cool a little bit before I try to pop them out. And I thank you all for joining me. I can't wait to try them. Until next time, bye.